morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O, and this is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another astrology peephole for today, the 15th of September, 2021, where we are in a waxing gibbous moon in the sign of Capricorn. This is the first video I'm recording on a brand new device, so it's kind of exciting, and I hope it makes a difference, or you guys, I don't know, I feel like the video quality is a little bit nicer. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Let's get to the astrology. We're all here for that, right? All right, we've got three aspects that I want to talk about, as well as one major transit. Today, Mars makes its transit to the beautiful sign of Libra. We have recently, it is just coming out of the sign of Virgo, which brings us this very analytical mindset, which makes that the energy that we are focusing towards actions is going totally towards accumulation of information, data analysis, plan making, figuring it out. It's all very cerebral. It's all very grounding energy. And it was a little uncomfortable for our beautiful, fiery Mars. But in the end, it was almost like Virgo has a fast enough pace to it that it got a little bit of satisfaction from it. It once it got around, once it got blah, 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 blah. Mercury's in retrograde shadow, guys. My mouth might not work all the time. What was I saying? Yeah, once Mars got over sort of the shock of not really doing its regular thing and movement and action and warrior style, it kind of got used to the way that acting doesn't always have to be a traditional sense of like get up and go and get it and move fast and seize the day and blah blah blah. It's action in a different way. That was Mars in Virgo. And now that it's understood that it can act in another way than just being explosive, it comes to the sign of Libra where it's using that lesson to think before it makes any sort of action. Yeah. This is a really, it's still a slower energied sign for our beautiful planet of Mars. But air signs are all about fluidity, yeah? And Libra is a sign that's all about balance. It's about the micro adjustments that set the scales constantly to an even keel, yeah? So we're taking everything in stride right now in this Libra energy with Mars. We're allowing things to present themselves and taking in the information necessary with regards to the things that present themselves to us, and then using that information to make these fast, automatic, well-founded, balanced, reciprocative, generally well-intentioned thought processes before making any actions. Yeah, it's taking everything in stride but contemplating it first. And I got this idea. It's like this vibe of micro adjustments. It's almost like coming out of this earthy energy. It's not like we can move right away into something that is a little bit more. It's like coming from that very groundy energy. We have to go almost to the opposite, where it's like you have a hard time even fathoming wind sometimes. You know what I mean? Air is so fluid that we kind of don't know that it exists apart from a certain sense that perceives it. I don't know if that's too convoluted. But in any case, it's micro adjustments. I got the vision of like an abacus. Yeah, of like moving like one little bead at a time, or an hourglass, where it's like if you zoomed in, you would be able to see like each little grain of sand falling through the narrow space between the two bubbles of the hourglass. So we might be feeling very subtle in motion, which is very contrary to Mars's explosive nature, right? But it's still more, Mars is still more comfortable in Libra than it is in Virgo. Let's just say that. It figured out its ways to cope with the Virgo energy. Sorted itself out. Yeah, no problem. But it feels better already in Libra. even though it's not rushing away from the lessons it learned in Virgo, if that makes sense. Anyway, like I said, it's thinking before we act. So the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a very good balanced approach to things. And when we do need to take action, we're going to know when we need to take action, when we need to sort of sit back and absorb before we take the action. We know when to do that too. It's a really nice reading the room kind of energy. Okay, let's talk about the aspects of today. Today we have the moon beautifully in the sign of Capricorn, making a sextile with Venus, which is in the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio and Capricorn. Scorpio is a sign that represents that's represented by the Death card in tarot, and Capricorn is represented by the Devil card. So these are heavy energies. Yeah, these are the knee-jerk reactions that make people, like when somebody realizes, or when you sort of divulge that you're into astrology and tarot, and someone's like, oh my god, has anyone read your tarot cards? Do you ever get the Death card? Are you worried? Are you worried you're gonna get the Death card? Are you worried you're gonna get the Devil? They are they're misunderstood cards, and in fact they both have beauty as much as they can have sort of fearsome qualities. So I feel like Venus and the moon are kind of energies that are very feminine in nature, and usually people think of them as like, oh, this beautiful, you put them up on a pedestal in a certain way. It's, how many poems and songs do we have about the moon? How many bards have written, I don't know, epic, gorgeous songs about Venus and love and da 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 da, you know what I mean? So it's like the misunderstood nature is kind of coming in together to sort of it's like just getting sick of being misunderstood. Yeah, just getting sick of making these snap judgments, just being so oversaturated with this like misinformation almost with regards to these Venusian energies, with regards to these moony feminine energies. It's like we just have to come to terms with changes. Yeah, a sextile is all about healing. And I mean, Venus about abundance, and not just the money sense, the all-encompassing version of abundance in the sign of Scorpio, where it's transforming, where it sheds the old and brings in the new. Yeah, very beautiful energy. It helps heal us, this subconscious and emotional state where we have to look at the devil. I say this often, is that the devil doesn't have to scare us, because yeah, it can be uncomfortable, but it points us in the direction of what needs to be light, illuminated, right? It's like nobody likes cleaning their apartment, right? But how good does it feel when you like move the couch and you get like a really good pile of dirt from out of it? You know what I mean? It's like satisfying. It's like you feel like you've accomplished something, right? So yeah, it's not super fun to have to spend your afternoon with rubber gloves on and sweating and covered in bleach and with the vacuum cleaner and your dog running away from you. Yes, that was my day yesterday. She's terrified. She doesn't like things that clean. She doesn't like the mop. She doesn't like the broom. She doesn't like the vacuum cleaner. She gets all insecure. She didn't enjoy cleaning day yesterday. But like I said, it felt really good to knock out that full canister from the vacuum cleaner into the garbage bin and feel like I had really made a difference in the state of my space. It's good stuff. I think that's a great analogy for all of this. But in any case, we're coming to term with the changes in these Venusian vibes. Our subconscious and our emotional bodies just like continually affirming it. It's the cycles just continually affirm these changes, and yeah, they're uncomfortable, but absolutely we're surrendering. We are good with this. It's almost like you've numbed yourself out, but in a good way. It's not a numbing by like consuming substances. It's a numbing by just like fully accepting it. It's like I don't feel upset about any of this. I just accept it for what is. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we have the moon making a trine with Uranus. Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus is not necessarily making these unexpected upheavals like it usually does. It's making change, yes, but in a little bit more of a grounded and yes, maybe confrontational way, as Taurus is the bull, right? But it's a grounded way. Yeah. So changes are happening. They're not blowing up, but they are challenging. Yeah. And the trine is an expansive energy. It's a growth energy. And again, the moon in the sign of Capricorn is looking at these devil energies in order to understand our subconscious and our emotion. That snake chasing its own tail for our betterment that is a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, but it is what it is. So this is we are supporting and setting an example for Mars in its new sign, in a way. It's like Uranus taking a different stance on its way that it moves and shakes us, sort of makes Mars feels a little bit more comfortable about going at action in a different way. Make kind of sort of sense? Yeah, Uranus is like, it's like acting in solidarity with Mars. Yeah, maybe it's behavior in an unexpected way. Maybe it's behavior in an uncustomary way. Maybe it's change and growth, but it's not necessarily a surprise. It's just different. Yeah? It's not bad, it's just different. It's not good, it's just different. Does that make sense? Just different. It's just different. It's the real vibe of this. It's like, yeah, it's what it is. It's just different. All right, and last but not least, we have the moon making a square with Chiron. So this is the wounds of our past are being really looked at, felt out, worked on, shadow work, dark nights of the soul, tough conversations, like taking responsibility, all of these beautiful things that come along with healing, some of the stuff that might follow us around. Yeah, you got a monkey on your shoulder, you got some skeletons in your closet. Yeah, you've been avoiding cleaning that closet. Well, everything here is all these beautiful conducive energies to sanitize your entire house and get behind every crack, move the couch, move the armoire, move all that stuff, and get behind in the cracks that you don't often get. All right, it still hurts, but maybe we're just sort of chipping away at things. Like I said, it's like this Mars and Virgo or Mars and Libra energy is about little by little, yeah, micro adjustments. So maybe with the square, Chiron is in the sign of Aries, right? So that's about the self. Maybe we're realizing that in order to nurture ourselves, the best way to heal these wounds is it's all personal, right? It's all going to be personally fitting for you. You're going to know how you heal your wounds. But I'm really getting some of you guys are realizing that it has to be a little bit slower, right? We had this hourglass idea, this abacus idea, this micro adjustments. It's like you're realizing that we really do need to take it slow with ourselves, and we can't expect ourselves to heal overnight. Yeah. We really can't expect ourselves to just be like, oh, I've made a massive realization and now everything is fine. No, it's massive realization leads to another massive realization and so on and so forth until you're actually ready to cope with things differently. Yeah. And then that's when you get into that space of like, oh, wow, I didn't even realize that I had learned this lesson, but now I'm doing that thing already. So I know I've learned the lesson because I am successfully doing the thing that the lesson taught me. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we're taking things a little bit slower. I got this imagery of, so like when you do first aid courses and stuff, they teach you about different sort of states that people could be. Shock is something that they talk about. It's almost like we're in a state of shock, right? And the universe is now realizing, oh man, if I give this person, like, they're thirsty, right? They want water. Yeah, they want emotion. They want things that make them feel good. But if we give them a whole bottle of water, they're going to want to guzzle the whole damn thing. And it's going to it could risk them, having their internal organs shut down and then blood pool in them. And then they get a whole bunch of really bad adverse effects from that. So when somebody is in shock, they're thirsty. Of course they're thirsty because their body is just like freaking out. So it's just like you give them a little cap full of water at a time, okay? It will slowly hydrate them, but they're just not going to guzzle the water and have, potentially the haywire readjustments that their body is trying to make kind of take over and make the person worse. Yeah. It's like this idea a few months ago, I got really sick. Yeah. And, once I was sort of healing from my sickness for a little while, I felt better, right? I felt really good. And usually when I feel good, I feel really good. So I made the mistake of having a couple of drinks with a couple of friends one night, and my body absolutely reverted right back to its state. And the doctor told me, you know what, maybe you should it's very possible that your body is in such a state right now that it's like so used to reacting against things that come before it that you might have these like heightened allergic reactions to things that you've never really been allergic to. But you just have to let your body the time to sort of calm itself down before you reintroduce these things. And then you introduce them slowly. So like she told me, don't drink for 3 months. Just don't drink for 3 months. And then take it easy. When you want to have a drink again, when you want to try, don't have 16 drinks at once, right? Have a glass of wine and see how it goes. Have one beer, see how it goes. So this is the same idea, is that you've gone through all these changes and you're ready for this thing that is more emotionally fulfilling, right? But if they give you your whole package, present, dream come true right away, you're just going to like, ugh! It's like fainting goats, right? Like you're just going to seize up and fall down and you're not going to be able to deal with anything. It's just like pure, like deer in the headlight, full blown deer in the headlight, absolute deer in the headlight. Yeah. Yeah. So capfuls of water for someone. Anyway, before we might have, I've got in my notes here, but before we might have gone too much too fast. But now we're reeling it in. Now we're, she does it, Tiger, okay? Also, I felt this energy, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with any particular aspect or anything, but I mean, maybe it has more to do with Mars, but I do feel that in our circuit, and maybe it is just like the human collective, I feel that we've been in this very needing to be feminine, needing to be in the feminine energy, needing to be in the receiving energy, needing to be in the moon energy, needing to be in the shadow energy. We needed to identify more with the sort of passive energies of things. And I feel there has been a shift where we are being called back into the active, back into the masculine, back into the light, back into the whatever you want to call it, but slowly and in a more responsible way and in a different way before. Remember, it's the energy of like, it's not bad, it's not good, it just kind of is. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, my friends, I'm going to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments to get you guys a card of the day. And let's see, we have a flyer. We have the Magician. This is beautiful. Look at this. Let's see, will you focus? Got it. This camera is supposed to be better. I guess that's a bit, maybe if I back away. Sorry, now here is the time we experiment with the camera. Give it a second. Will it work? Maybe you guys just like really have to look at it really, really a lot. Okay, it's not seeming to work, but that's okay. We can deal with that. That's fine. So we have the Magician. The Magician in this card is beautiful. It's this like little girl with a party hat on, hugging a swan with a butterfly. There are some lotus flowers in the background, and she's got a magic wand. She's coming out of a hat. A hat that is being held out over the plains. Okay, so first of all, this whole bit here reminds me of looking out of a plane window. So I feel like there has been a liftoff. There's been an ascension lately. There's been some sort of a one-up. Yeah, we're making a slow, steady incline, right? We're not yet reached cruising altitude, but we are ascending, right? And we were expecting some sort of magical thing to happen when we started to, it was just 1818 on my timer there. So we were expecting some sort of a magical thing to happen as we ascended. So it's like we wanted this rabbit to come out of the hat. And we're sitting here waiting on this rabbit to come out of the hat. And, well, other things are coming out of the hat, but not really a rabbit. It's like, okay, well, we got some flowers and we've got some lily pads and there's like this goose. And okay, now there's a girl with that hat on, like a butterfly. All right, where's the rabbit? This tells me that you've been manifesting, yeah? And you've been manifesting in exactly the way that you needed to, where you were focusing on the energy of how you would feel when you received your gifts. And you thought that your gifts were going to be this certain thing. And as you carry on, you start to realize that you're getting all of these little gifts. And they're little things. It's little eyedropper gifts. It's little caps of water, right? You're getting all of these little things. And you're like, still not what I'm looking for. So you keep on waiting for something else to come out of the hat. But then you realize, you know what? I actually really like this gift. I really like this. It's okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's this idea of, yeah, you know what? I did actually, this is what I asked for. You know what? It's not what I expected, but it checks all my boxes. It fits. It's good. I like this. Yeah, it's cool. I can take this. I can accept this. Yeah, coming to terms with things, right? It's like, no, it's not a rabbit, but I like geese a lot. They're cool, and you know, butterflies aren't so bad. And this magic wand, honestly, didn't expect a magic wand. being a wizard isn't such a bad thing. Yeah. Maybe it's your birthday. Maybe some of you guys are Virgos. But this looks like it's almost like a sparkler on it. I just got a picture of like an image of a sparkler on a birthday cake. Ooh, interesting. It looks like, it's like the shape of the wand changes. It starts in this helix and then becomes a chain and then finishes off with your classical tip of a wand kind of image. So there's like this, there's been many steps towards where you are now. It's like you had to go through this evolution, which made you have to look at the things that hold you, the things that bind you, in order to be able to create this magic for yourself. Very lovely little messages there, my friends. I like that. What's on the bottom of the deck, they say? 8 of Cups. Yeah, you've had to walk away from something. But you've got your son coming to you. Yeah, you're waiting for the happiness. It didn't, yeah, look at the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. Again, it's like you're not getting, it's not the thing that you thought. With the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it's you're making up your legacy. It's just not what you expected. Especially with, look at this guy sitting here and here. He's like sitting on this, I don't even know what this is. It looks like, it's almost like a tree was chopped down. And you're looking into the past of that tree. It's like they expected things to go this way in a certain way, but it's not exactly what we expected. It makes us fucking happy, though. It still makes us fucking happy. I think maybe we're being called right now to accept very much that it's possible to be happy in an unexpected way. All right, let's get from the bag of tricks. My fingernails are dirty. Let's get from the bag of tricks. We've got fight with an exclamation mark. Fight! Oh, okay, that one came out upside down. Oh, so did that one. Do we want a fourth one? Yeah, why not? Shits and gigs. Fourth. Okay, so 3 upside down and 1 upright. So first we got to talk about fight. Fight! I heard the first rule of Fight Club is they won't even let me keep on going because that's... Anyway, fight! Some of you guys have been in some serious conflict lately, all right? But it's all about clearing out cycles. All right? It's all about clearing out these cycles. And your duty to express love. All right? It's been really, really hard because there's this express love energy that you're looking for. You've been hoping to be able to have some sort of expression of love. And they're saying that it is coming for you. The thing that some sort of expression of love is coming for you, yeah. But it involved understanding that there was a duty with its opposite, is what they're saying. I know this is really cryptic. The cycle couldn't close out until you looked at some sort of dualistic energy with regards to the expression of love and a duty. Maybe some of you, it's almost the energy of like, this is going to sound strange, but it's that energy of like, if I'm in a relationship with someone, we have to have sex. Because it's like that's what we do if we're in a relationship. Like, why bother being in a relationship if we don't have sex? And I know that's a very specific energy, but it's like, it's a specific example, but it's the bottom line of it is that there is an expectation of some expression of love with regards to some sort of an interaction you have. And you feel that you are entitled to something, or that you have a duty to something. There's some sort of a reciprocation issue with regards to expression of love that you've been presented with lately. But it's extremely dualistic because it's causing you this conflict because the reason why you're presented with this external situation is so that you take responsibility of your own internal part of it. You take accountability for how you how you contribute to this cycle. It's very specific. I just want a little bit more clarity. You're saying take 3 more. Okay, jealousy is the first one that comes up. And back off. Okay, so some of you guys are in extreme jealous energy about something. Envy, greed. And remember, greed doesn't necessarily have to be about money. It can just be about greed. They explained to me last week. They said, don't think about greed in terms of like wanting to hold everything for yourself. Think about it in terms of wanting to manipulate some sort of a energy exchange in an imbalanced way. Okay, so there is some sort of imbalance that you've been perpetuating that you have to break the cycle about. And they're saying, get support. You need to ask for help with regards to this, because it's almost as if you couldn't see it in yourself unless you saw it in somebody else. That's what this whole thing was in the beginning. Yeah, this is this difficult situation is actually helping you, because it's showing you something very important. That devil energy, going right back to the moon in Capricorn. It's that devil energy. The devil's purpose is to point out where we need to shine some light in order to heal something. All right, that's it for me, my friends. I will be back with you tomorrow here on YouTube for another Astrology People, as well as on Instagram Live. That's Moon Mama Musings over on Instagram Live. You can find my link tree down in the description. Feel free to contact me through any of those things. I do personal readings. I have an Etsy. I have all that crap. Go check it out. But tomorrow the moon will transit to the sign of Aquarius, and we'll have a live for that. Very exciting. Alrighty, darlings. That's the 16th of September, 2021. In any case, until then, I am so sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you very much for lending your energy to this beautiful circuit that I hold so dear, and being a beautiful being yourself. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Ascended Masters, the angels, and whatever other energy helped us get these beautiful messages, whether it be right now, in the near future, in the distant future, because these readings are timeless. The reason there are titles. And last but not least, I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this. And it's okay if you don't. But I do. All right. Catch you later. Bye.